All right, YouTube, back in the shop again today. Get my little inventory book here closed, and today we got that part and we got to cut it into other parts. So the best way to do this, number one, I learned from yesterday. If you guys didn't see the video from yesterday, remove the bluing before you cut these parts out. It makes you remove it in one piece versus having to remove it in several pieces. Just an observation. So today what I need to do is take a ruler, draw a line from this point to this point, and I need to cut this V out just like that. So we'll do that, and then of course we need to deburr these pieces. I can't stress enough, I've seen some videos where guys are like, deburring, blah, blah, blah. Look, sharp edges can lead to cracks. Cracks lead to failures. So that's why we take, and a sharp edge would be anything that's 90 or perpendicular to each other. That's a sharp edge. You got to round those edges over because a sharp edge will lead to a crack. That's why, and I'll say it again, that's why airplane windows, when you're in a fuselage of your airplane, that's why they're oval and not square. Because any sharp point where anything comes together as a point, that will tend to crack, and those cracks will lead to failures, of course. So yep, got to get these cut and everything, and then we will be moving on to, I'm going to be pulling out some skins, so it's going to be an exciting day. I love doing this stuff. I love building the airplane. I really do. I could, if I wanted to reinvent myself, and I've done that several times in my life, I can build airplanes. I really enjoy doing this. So today we're going to pull out the skins. We're going to bend these tabs down. I've seen a couple videos on how other people do it with using steel on a bench and stuff. I've seen some other videos where they say that these blocks of woods that doesn't work, or it's not too bad. So I'll see what I want, I'll see what I want to do when I get there. But for now, we got to get these cut, and that's enough jibber jabbing, because I'll tell you one thing, you guys will learn, this plane is not going to build itself, and I am behind schedule. So this is the part where you in the plans, and I'll put them right there. I got to get my finger. Where is that sucker? I'll put it right there. But this is the plan where you got to bend these tabs down. It's pretty straightforward. The instructions are pretty clear, and it wasn't that hard. I mean, I've seen a lot of videos where individuals are like, "Oh, do this, build this jig," and I don't know. I might do it on the elevator trim, because that's where most of the people are having problems on the RV14s. And the RV14 and the RV10 from an empennage standpoint is exactly the same. So if they're having problems, I'm sure I'm going to have problems with this one. Was pretty straightforward. You line the edge up, and with the instructions, so you make sure that it's lined up here, and then the relief here. And I'll kind of show you what it will look like on this other skin. I've already done this one, so I don't damage it. I'll go ahead and put this block of wood under it. So yeah, you want your curve to start at the edge of this dot and to be perpendicular, or with this out tab here. A lot of people will bend them at the inside so this piece sticks out. No, these should be flush with each other, and they are. It wasn't that hard. I have a deer hide mallet, which is awesome. It doesn't leave any marks, and it's great for this type of work. You can just use it. I just used a block of wood and just bent it over, and then I took this and then made it flat. I had to move this in steps, made it flat, and then took the mallet and hammered it down, and then moved this out and did the same thing here. And yeah, and then I followed up with my seam. You can get these at the Harbor Freight, and then clamped them down, and then I trued them up with that. So with that being said, pretty easy operation, but I just wanted to share it with you. Don't freak out. Don't listen to the internet. Like I said, these are the skins. Now the elevators might be different, but these were pretty straightforward. No big issues. They lined up perfectly. All right, so YouTube, so now we got the tops of the skins and now we have to do the bottom. Very critical that you get these lined up right. So what I did is, there's the ones that I did at the top, and of course that tab's going down. This tab here needs to come up, but what I did to make sure I lined my skins up right, if you lay them on top of each other, they'll line up. The pattern will line up. The only difference is this guy from this position has to bend up, so you have to flip the part over. So don't get confused. Don't get confused. This is a very easy step, but you can make a very big mistake. So what you might want to do is go over here with your trusty pen and say up or down. Here, bend. There you go, bend up. So that way you won't make mistakes, because if you mess this up, you can't, this one here, you're gonna be replacing a skin, and the skins aren't that expensive, but shipping them to you is outrageous. So just take the time, do it right. And like I said, so we now know that these need to bend this way. Well, my bench is that way, so what I need to do is flip it over on the bench, right? Because I want to bend it down this way, which will put this up. So the easiest way to do that, I'm just showing you, you'll take your time. It's no big rush. Try not to screw up, because it will cost a delay. So let me get this situated on this bench. I'll probably move this piece around, and then I'll come back. I'll try to do this one hand. I know I can't do it one hand, but I'll get close. But if you notice, this is perfectly lined up there, and the block is at the top. The block is at the top of the circle there. So that's perfect. So then what you do is you come in with your block of wood, and you just put downward pressure here, and you bend this over. Now I won't be able to do it with two hands, but that's how you do it. And then move your clamp. I can just rotate this clamp, turn it, and then do the other side, and then you'll be good to go. But I just wanted to share that with you. So get this one here, because this is your hardest one to bend. This is relatively easy, but get this one pounded down and bent, and then the rest of it will follow. And I can't do it, I gotta have both hands here. All right. So you learn as you go. So I learned if I put the clamp on the outside, I got full, and that is the last piece, of course. But hey, if I ever decide to build an RV14, or if I'm helping someone to build an RV10, I'll know this. Lesson learned. That's why it's good to get with guys who've done this before, because they'll tell you. So that one actually, out of all of them, was the easiest to do, because I had a wide open space. I just put this other block, held that there. You just put this other block like that, and then put it, and then Bob's your uncle. You know, so there you go. Lesson learned. Clamp outside gives you full, so you're not having to move the clamp around. So there you go. Those are bent. And next, oh, get my finger out of there, my fat finger. So next order of operations. Lesson learned. Well, YouTube, oh my goodness. Elevators mocked up. That's right. I got both of them done. The only thing I still got to cut, and I still got to countersink the leading edge here. I'll use the tool that I got from Cleveland. But I will tell you, the only issue that I had was trying to get this rib, this outboard rib, lined up in here. So the skin goes on top. So what I had to do is remove some Clecos back to allow this to slide under, because the skin goes on top, but this has got to slide between this space here, right here. So I had to release some Colecos and get them done. I probably could have used my foam to support this, but there's not enough weight on here. I'm not worried about those Colecos releasing, but if I had, I probably could have used the foam up there like you guys have seen me in the past. But no worries there. Everything went together, just patience and everything. And I'm just utterly amazed at how everything lines up. It's just amazing. The engineering of these Vans kits is just incredible, because you put this top skin on, it's basically blind. You can't see underneath it, obviously, but all the holes pretty much lined up. I mean, it was just, you know, a little tweaking here or there, a little finagling there with the Colecos, but nothing. I mean, nothing. It was just incredible. I'm just amazed at how well all of these parts lined up. So there you go. So they're mocked up. I've got to do some drilling here and some match drilling and stuff like that. But I think this is a good time to stop. We got a lot of work done in the shop today. I'm going to go home, root on my Tampa Bay Buccaneers and everything. But I got to remember, I need to make sure these are down. So I got to do this. So the next piece is I've got to put in that. I got to cut it actually per the instructions, which is this right here. So I got to put those pieces in. I got to countersink them so that they line up, and then do them. And then I also have to order the goop, the Pro Seal. I'll get that. You know, there's a lot of Pro Sealing going on here, and I wasted a lot by getting the canister. So I think I'm gonna just get the Pro Seal in the cans, and I'll mix it myself to save the waste, because I think I am wasting a lot, or I know I did, not think I am. I know I did when I did the trailing edge there on the rudder. I wasted a lot, and so I'm just gonna buy the 3-ounce kit, I think, and then I'll just mix it up myself and then slather it in there. I've got a way. I've got some cake bags and stuff that I can do. So yeah, so everything. So I'm really happy with this. This is lined up. Look at, I mean, that's just, everybody's concerned. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that thing is lined up. So that worked out really well. I know that there are some issues. So this is the elevators. So these are the back of the plane that go like this, up and down. You know, it controls your pitch. Well, you have elevator trim. And so there's another piece, another wing piece kind of, that goes in here. And that's your elevator trim. And that is actually, on this RV, or on the RV10, it is electronic. So you set it, and it's set and forget. A poor man's autopilot is a good pilot's trimming ability. That's true. I mean, we fly with autopilots all the time. But if you trim your airplane out right, up and down, she'll stay right where you tell her to stay. You know, so yeah, poor man's autopilot. Good trim procedures, and everything. So that's how you do it. But yeah, that's enough. I think we got enough done for today. And like always, I just want to say thanks for joining me in the shop. I got a lot more done than I thought, but I know this is I don't want to get too excited that I'm ahead of the game, because this is just the mock-up. I got to tear everything down, sand, deburr, parts and stuff, and then paint. I am going to paint with the rest of the SEM, which is over there. I'm going to use that up. There's my other painter, which is a five-stage HPLV. So I've got that. And I do have a paint booth, a big paint booth that will get blown up. I got to get with the management here and see if they'll let me blow it up here in the out here in the space. Probably rent a bay or something, and then we'll start actually epoxy painting everything from here on out. But like I said, I've got enough paint. I've got enough SEM to finish this. This, which is what I kind of planned on, and then I'm switching over to epoxy. I'm switching over to epoxy just because of cost effectiveness. Now that I'm slow building the plane myself, instead of having Vans do it. If you have Vans do a quick build, they will they epoxy paint it, but they had problems, and now they have with the COVID, with not the COVID, but with the with the pandemic, they're having shipping problems getting parts back and forth. So I am going to just go ahead and quick build. I'm moving along pretty good with this, and so I'm going to go ahead and just epoxy paint the rest of the plane, because at that point it is just not cost effective to do it with the SEM. It's too expensive. A can of SEM is about 17 bucks a can, and it's just not, like I said, it's not cost effective. I can paint the whole airplane for a third, I would say probably a fourth of the cost if I continue to use the SEM. So yeah, I'm just going to start epoxy paint, and you'll see that operation. So, wow, what a day. I got to get cleaned up here in shop, get things locked up, and then head back to the house to watch some football. And like always, hit that like, that subscribe button, tell your friends about us, your other groups. I know it's not right, it's not proper YouTube courtesy to put other people's builds or other people's URLs on other people's YouTube pages, but if you can let your friends and family know, I mean, it's a community, and like I said, I try to get in here every day, and as you guys notice, every other day I put out a new video. So make sure you hit that like, that subscribe, that notify button. And like always, take care of yourself, do the right thing, be safe out there, and may God bless you.